Hey, welcome back. It is Life in the Colonies Part 2 today. Are we not lucky or what to live in this great country? So much fascinating history. I love it. Hope you're liking it too. All right. Well, we talked last time about some of the punishments in school, but what about when the adults are being naughty? That's a good question. Well, severe or serious crimes, we're talking murder, treason, which is being disloyal to your country, or piracy. Yeah, there's a lot of pirates back then. That can be punished by death, which means you're probably going to get hanged. Yes, remember, people are hanged, pictures are hung. Try to remember that. In Puritan New England, which remember, they were super strict and not tolerant at all. Believe it or not, kids, yeah, kids like you that cursed or struck their parents could also be put to death. I thought, oh, there's no way that could have happened. But sure enough, I looked it up, and well over 300 kids were actually sentenced to death in the colonial days. Crimes is like theft and forgery and robbery. They could be whipped, jailed. Maybe the worst was being branded with hot irons. Look at the hand above. I actually saw a picture of a guy with a big T on the back of his hand. You think red hot iron, about that long, burning into your flesh, right? Not a great look, especially if you're meeting somebody new and, honey, he's got a T on the back of his hand, right? Hide your stuff. You're never trusted. That'd be a terrible way to go. And lesser crimes, we're talking drunkenness and breaking the Sabbath, which just means in those days on Sunday, the Sabbath, you weren't allowed to travel or work. If you did, you might be put in the stocks like this poor lad above me, right? You can imagine this guy all day long, middle of town. People walking by making fun of you, throwing rotten fruits, even they can hit you in the face, right? Poor guy getting home. Honey, I'm home. Well, how was your day, honey? I was in the stocks again. Yeah, it was a long day. That would not be a great day. All right, here's some musings. These are just some thoughts that I thought you would find interesting because I found it interesting. Now, Ben Franklin was known for a lot of proverbs, real wise sayings. Here's a good one. Fish and visitors smell in 3 days. Is that not true? Don't say that when the grandparents are over. Okay. One farmer wrote, nothing to wear, eat, or drink was purchased, as our farm provided it all. That is being truly self sufficient, right? Man, everything they needed, they provided for themselves. Nowadays, I don't think anyone's truly self sufficient. Even those people that are way out in the sticks, they're still doing a once a month Costco run. I'll bet you anything. If the sun was up, you were too working, right? So much work in those days. And my favorite, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I know your grandparents have heard of that. Maybe your parents. What that refers to with baths in those days were such a rare thing because it took so much work just to prepare a bath. Maybe once a month, maybe. And just think, to fill up the tub, you've got to use your well or maybe a nearby stream to get buckets, right? Maybe a few dozen trips filling it up. Then the water's ice cold. So you got to fill up the pot over the fire, heat up some water, pour that in. So at least it's lukewarm. Who gets to go in first? Dad, followed by mom, followed by the oldest child, all the way down to the youngest. You might have 15 kids in your family. By the time that baby's in the water, it's so dirty you can't even see it. So that's where the phrase, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Oh, I didn't know the baby was in there. Couldn't see him. That's where that came from. Remember, the average family had 7 to 10 kids. Ben Franklin had 17 brothers and sisters. Just putting together a simple meal was so much work. Unbelievable. And finally, the Tories, which are the loyalists, versus the rebels, the patriots. This is kind of a preview of what our next social studies unit is going to be about. Keep in mind, we are under the rule of England and King George III right there. There are no United States. There are no states. It's all colonies. And most colonists still feel a part of and loyal to their mother country, England. But things are about to change.